Wait, before we go into today's one, I need to ask you a simple question. I want a simple answer from you, okay? Be honest. When you wake up this morning and you start feeling sick, you start feeling tired and weak, what is going to be your first option? 1, will you go straight to the hospital so that they will check you, diagnose you, and give you medication? 2, will you take drugs that you think will work for you, or drugs that you already have in your room that you have taken for your past sickness and you think when you take them it's going to work? Will you do that? And number 3, will you go to the pharmacy and prescribe drug for them to sell for you? What are you going to do? I need an answer. Tell me. Now, honestly speaking, I know most of you are going to rely on the medicines that you already have in your room that you have taken for your past sicknesses, and then the rest are going to go straight forward into the pharmacy to prescribe drug for them to take, because going to the hospital these days have tend to come with to be for most of you. Is that not it? Yes, I know what people have been doing. But see, let's talk about that. That act of ours is making or is causing a lot of harm in our community these days. You know why? Antibiotics are very powerful, ladies and gentlemen. Antibiotics are very, very powerful. Now, if they are taken for the right condition, or if they are taken in the right situation, they do a very great job. But if they are taken in the wrong condition, or if they are taken in the wrong situation, they will do a very bad job. It means that antibiotics are like a double-edged sword. Yes, they can cause harm and they can cause good at the same time. Depending on the situation that they are in, that is what they are going to do, okay? Why am I saying all this? Why am I talking plenty? Antibiotic resistance has become the problem of the day, and it's very alarming. The rate at which it is going is too much. What is antibiotic resistance? Now, antibiotic resistance just simply means that I'll give you an antibiotic to take for a certain infection. That antibiotic used to treat that type of infection, but when I give it to you the next time, it means that that antibiotic will not be able to treat that infection, because the bacteria that the antibiotic is responsible to kill, that bacteria has grown resistance to the drug. Do you get it? That is what is causing a lot of infection these days. So we are going to talk about that in this video today. Now, my sister, before we talk about that, it have come to my notice that you people have not been subscribing to the channel. It's not nice. Oh no, it's not nice at all. See, you need to subscribe to the channel to give me motivation, and if I'm motivated, then I'll drop more videos. Now, you need to give the video a like so that you too can spread this video to the world. It's not going to take anything away from you, okay? Help us help the world so that this video can get across board, so that a lot of people can get their hands on it, and then we'll come out from this antibiotic crisis. Let's go into it. Let's go. What are antibiotics? Now, antibiotics are drugs that are taken to counter bacterial infects. So look at the name, antibiotics. Anti, so it means that it's doing the opposite of the biotics. So bacteria came from the word bacteria. So drugs that can affect, or drugs that can kill bacteria. Now, you have two types of antibiotics. You have bactericidal and then bacteriostatic. Okay, now we have antibiotics. When it comes to that bactericidal and bacteriostatic, the bactericidal antibiotics makes the antibiotic, or makes the bacteria become like they can't grow. Now, before you get an infection, it means that the bacteria enters your body, colonize the place, and start multiplying. When they start growing, then we start seeing the signs and symptoms in you. Is that not it? It means that the bactericidal antibiotics are going to make the bacteria not to grow, and if they don't grow, we are not going to see the effect that they are supposed to produce in you. It means that your immune system can then fight them, take them out, and then you'll be free. Bactericidal antibiotics go straight to the bacteria, take them out, kill them. Okay, now, why do you take antibiotic? You are going to take antibiotic because you have a bacterial infection. Now, every antibiotic is towards a certain bacteria. We have antibiotics that are empirical, meaning that they can take care of a lot of bacteria, and then we have certain antibiotics that are strictly for gram negative. Some are strictly for gram positive. Some can do both. Some can do certain ones. Some can treat UTI infections. Some can treat respiratory tract infection. Some can treat meningitis. Yes, depending on where it is, what is causing, then that is going to tell the person that, oh, it is this type of bacteria that is causing that. How do you get prescribed on an antibiotics? It means that you need to get to the hospital. Your blood sample will be taken, or wherever the infection is coming from, a sample will be taken from there, sent to the lab, and then the bacteria that is causing the infection will be identified. Now, if the bacteria is identified, then there is going to be a prescription of a drug to match that bacteria, to counter that bacteria. That is what is going to make you free from that bacteria. Now, why am I talking plenty? When the medicine is prescribed to you and you start taking it, number one, antibiotics are supposed to be taken for a number of days, and I know your doctor would definitely tell you that take this antibiotic for 14 days, take this one for 7 days, take this one for 20 days. It is always going to be written on the drug. Now, this is what we do. When I come home, get the medicine, then we take it. You take it for the first 2 days and you start feeling well, and no, then you stop. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a very big bad practice. Okay, do you know what that is going to cause? Bacteria are supposed to be taken away completely by the antibiotic. Now, if the bacteria, all of them are not taken away, that's why there is a prescription day that you should take it for 7 days. If you take it for 2 days, the bacteria, some of them, there is an increased chance, or there is an increased probability that some of them will remain over there. And you know, this life is all about survival. Everybody wants to survive. Nobody wants to die, right? Yes, as you are sitting there, you don't want to die. If there is somebody who is a threat in your life, you are going to wipe that person out, definitely. Or you are going to do something that is going to make sure that that person doesn't come closer to you, or that person don't get the chance to hurt you. Is that not? That is the same thing bacteria is going to do. Bacteria is going to make sure that they mutate, change the way they look like, so that when the antibiotic, that same antibiotic, if you take it the next time, it won't harm them. They want to survive. The world is all about survival, baby. So if you really want to take out those bacteria, then you need to put yourself on those medications, and it's supposed to be for the required number of days that you are supposed to take it for. Are you following? Are we on the same page? Yes, I hope so, because this education is very important to me. Give me a thumbs up if you are following, and subscribe to the channel if you want to get more and more content of this sort. Let's continue. This is the dangerous part. You see that bacteria, when it mutates and then that antibiotic is not able to take care of it, it means that the bacteria will be there and it will start growing again. When it starts growing again, you start showing the same signs and symptoms again. Now, this time round, you can affect the rest of the people around you. You know, bacterial infection is transmittable through cough, sneezing, body fluid. It can get to the next person. Meaning now that person too has the infection, that person too can spread it to another person, that person can also take it to another person, and it's spreading that bacteria that has now mutated. Now, if you go to the hospital, they do the culture and sensitivity test. They are going to determine that bacteria, and then they will prescribe the antibiotic that was given to you first that you should take, so that those bacteria will die. They are going to prescribe those same antibiotic for them, because antibiotic producing them is very expensive, and getting them in abundance is another problem. Okay, so they are going to produce the same antibiotic, or they are going to prescribe the same antibiotic that was prescribed for you previously for those bacteria to go. Now, this is what is going to happen when you take those medications. It won't work. When the rest of the people that you have spread the infection to, when they also take that medicine, it won't work. What are we exposing ourselves to? We are exposing ourselves to infection. We are exposing ourselves to a long-term disease. Bacteria can really kill. Going to lead to septic shock, and then it's going to cause a lot of death. Okay, so let's be very cautious taking our medications. If it's supposed to be taken for 7 days, let's make sure it's taken for 7 days. Okay. Now, another thing I need you to know is that antibiotics are supposed to be taken in periods. You are supposed to take the medication 3 times daily, and if you are supposed to take something 3 times daily, it means you are supposed to take it 8 hourly. So now, assuming you take it in the morning at 6 in the morning, it means that in the next 8 hours you are supposed to take it. Don't miss it. So if you are supposed to take it at 6, you took it at 6, then in the next 8 hours it's going to be around 2. Now you are supposed to take the medication at 2. Don't take it at 1. Don't take it at 3. Take it at the time that you are supposed to take it. This is the reason behind it. Antibiotics are like a hammer that you are using to hit a hot metal, and you want the metal to burn in a certain way. Now, if you hit it when the metal was hot, when you hit it, it's going to burn. Now, if you allow it to cool before you hit it, it won't burn again. That is what antibiotic and bacteria are like. So if you give the antibiotic, it's going to hit the bacteria, and the bacteria is dozing, is confused at that moment. You are supposed to give it at 2 so that it will hit it again. The eye shouldn't clear. If the eye clear, it will mutate, it will change its shape so that when the medicine comes the next time, it won't be able to have effect on it. So it's very, very, very important that we take antibiotic at the prescribed time. So if it is QID 4 times daily, you're supposed to take it 4 times daily. If it's TDS, you're supposed to take it 3 times daily. It's supposed to be in 8-hour shift. TDS is supposed to be 8-hour shift. QID is supposed to be 6 hourly. If it is BD twice daily, you are supposed to take it 12 hourly. 12 hourly, 12 hourly. Strictly business, no mistake. Good. So that we can save our friends and our family from mutated or from resistant bacteria. Isn't that simple and sure? Another thing I want you to understand is that never ever share antibiotic with somebody. Now when you share the antibiotic with somebody, it's going to be the same scenario. The person has not been diagnosed that bacteria is what is causing the infection in the person. You don't know the quantity of bacteria that is in that person. You are going to give the person your prescription. So if they say you should take 10 milligram, you are going to give the person 10 milligram. Maybe that person is supposed to take 20 milligram for the quantity of bacteria in them to be affected. Now if you give the person your same prescription, so 10 milligram, the person is taking the 10 milligram, it means that the bacteria over there will start mutating, because 10 milligram will not be enough to have effect on them. Okay, even if it was the same bacteria. Now if it's not the same bacteria, it means that there is going to be more resistance growing, and that will lead to the same story that we are saying, that resistant bacteria can spread to a lot of people, and when you are using that antibiotic to now kill that bacterial infection, it won't work. Okay. And the last and the most important thing I want you to know is make sure that you keep antibiotic out of the reach of children. Make sure they don't get to have access to it. Even if it's the children themselves that are on the antibiotic therapy, make sure you give it to them at the right time. Make sure you give it to them at the right dose. Make sure they don't get access to it by themselves. Emeka, that is it. My name is Kelvin and I'm your YouTube doctor. All you need to do is to subscribe to this channel so I can get more and more content of this sort from this channel. That is it for today. Okay, let's help the world. Let's help the world. Let's help ourselves. Let's promote our future. Let's help our future generation. Isn't that? That's the reason why we are suffering. Let's get the next generation in a peaceful manner. Otherwise, we'll get resistant bacteria around that antibiotic therapy cannot even take care of them. The next generation will come and then they will start dying. That will be a sad news. Okay, so let's help the world. Like this video, give a thumbs up so that you can spread this video to the world. Let everybody have access to it. If you know a friend who likes using antibiotic, just let them know about this information. You can share the video to them so that they will get it. Okay, thank you. I love you. Stay healthy and then stay safe. I'll see you in the next one. Catch you. Bye.